Yeah. Hey. All right. Hey. Yeah, I mean.
So we about to take off.
Hey. Please do remain calm. About to run against it and with a little bit of soul. No time.
Welcome to Please Remain Calm. I'm Ben Gonzalez.
And I'm Daniel Gonzalez. Listen, right off the bat, folks, especially on this episode, because it's about to get real. The opinions expressed here on the Please Remain Calm podcast are our own. They do not reflect the opinions of the Los Angeles City Fire Department or the Los Angeles County Department of Health Services. Also, right off the bat, folks, I want to talk to you about our sponsor, who we are extremely thankful for. Power Solar, P-O-W-U-R. Power Solar has been around for a long time, guys. They're one of the leading solar experts in Southern California, really across the country. They do a shit ton of installations. And when we first heard that our friend Isela was a sales associate for them, and really an ambassador for my wife and I with the company, we got in contact with her and told her that we had been thinking about going solar and just needed some more information. Man, was she amazing with getting us the information that we needed. She asked for all of our electric bills to look at what our use was, what we would need as far as panels, inverters, all that stuff. Talk to us about what we would need in the next 2-3 years, what we're going to do to the house. Everything's going electric now. You know, everything runs off of power. And with the environment being where it is and stuff like that, going solar just seems like a no-brainer for us going into the future. And if it does seem that way for you too, I highly recommend you doing it with solar, with Power Solar. They've been fantastic the entire way. The installation was seamless. It was fast. It was clean, efficient. We had the inspector come out not too long ago, and we're able to flip the switch on it.
Awesome.
And so we'll be, reaping the benefits of that really soon. I wanted to give you guys Isela's contact information. Her name is Isela Bonata. Please give her a call if you're thinking of going solar, 310-435-0231. You can also look at her website. It's www.solarenergyqueen.com. Or you can email her at solarqueen.isela, that's I-S-E-L-A, at gmail.com. Power Solar.
Power Solar. All of our listeners who are homeowners, get on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Move on to the future. And if you do decide to go, they do have a 30-year warranty on roof, penetration parts, and labor, no deductible. The only company in the country that offers that, you guys.
Yeah, the financing was really easy, man. My wife and I did it. We were approved that afternoon. It was great, man. If you're thinking of doing it, talk to Isela.
Right on.
All right. So today's episode, we are going to take a pause from guests for this last episode to give mine and our final thoughts, because this is the last time.
Yeah, because we have had this topic on a few already.
We don't
want to drag it out. But.
Yeah, we've had 2 episodes where we talked about this, and I think this is a perfect bookend to talking about Firefighters for Freedom, the vaccine mandate that's going on. I mean, really in departments all across the country, cities all across the country, but exactly. we'll talk about what's going on in LA City. And I dude, I didn't even want to talk about this again. Obviously, the podcast, we never intended for this to be any sort of like political or this side versus that side podcast or anything, right? Mm-hmm. Stories, cool fucking stories that interest people, that might teach you a thing or two on how to react and how to stay calm in an emergency. That's the whole point of this thing, man. But
we also stay on the hot topic issues. And that's what this is now, unfortunately.
It is, and especially for me.
He's in the mix, you guys. That's what we're trying to say. Let's get into it.
All right, man. I'm gonna lay some groundwork before we like really get into it. I've been active on social media, man, for years. Before the podcast was even an idea. Right. Before I had the 63s page or whatever, right? Just like everybody else, screwing around with Instagram and stuff like that, taking pictures and stuff. I'm a fireman. It's part of my life, man. Mm-hmm. I'm not. It's not my identity like a lot of guys is.
Yeah.
It's not, my name isn't Fireman Danny Gonzo, you know what I mean? But it's part of my life, so I post stuff about it. Yeah. On top of that, I like taking pictures. I feel like I have a good eye for photography and shit like that, so I've always taken cool fire photos. Okay.
Right.
Because of that, I've always had, obviously my own personal followers and stuff, but people that were coming up, guys that were younger than me, EMTs that were all trying to be firemen and stuff like that, followed me before any of the department shit or anything like that, just because I enjoy taking cool pictures and I like interacting with people and meeting people.
Yeah.
That kind of laid like the groundwork for everything that we have right now as far as like fire department followers, in my opinion, man. Right. Obviously you have your side, the comedy side and that entertainment world that you're in, and the DHS side where it's people that obviously work in this field as well.
Yeah.
We've brought those two together, and that's like our fan base for the podcast and stuff. Okay. I don't know, man, 4 years ago or something like that, my captain at 63s asked me to put together a 63s page. He followed my page, my regular personal page where I was posting all my fire photos and stuff like that, and thought it would be a great idea. It was just when stations were starting to do that. You know, get their Instagram pages going and stuff like that, just as a thing of station pride. Cool. I thought it was a cool idea, man. And that's how the 63s page got started. If you guys don't follow that on Instagram, it's 63x the C. All those photos are mine. If they're not, I tag them, and maybe 2 or 3 photos on there aren't mine, but for the most part, they're mine.
It's doing good.
Because of that page also, I got a ton more fire related people following me. Okay. Not LA City, not just LA County, all across the country, man. New York, Colorado, all over the place. Okay. And I interact with these people a lot. I enjoy it. I enjoy posting. I enjoy the interaction. I get a lot. Obviously, I am a very liberal thinking person. You know, we are, but we're level headed, and we look at things from a 360 view. Yeah. And I think have pretty good opinions on things, and aren't biased one way or the other. I think we just look at things like a good human being should look at things.
Pretty much, yeah. We're just different about how we are about it on social media. You post, and I just don't post about it at all.
Yeah, I guess so. And so
I'll
then
talk to people about it, but I just don't put all the stuff on my page.
Yeah, and I didn't used to either. At least not as much as I do right now, or at least there weren't that many. Like I didn't feel like there was like any topics where like I posted about it and it was so tumultuous and so like divisive that it created like actual fucking anger and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like Trump's an asshole wasn't like a revelation on my part. You know what I mean? It was pretty much everybody can agree with that. I think even the Trumpsters can agree that he's an asshole, but they like that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So having the 63s page and having the following of not only my friends on the department, guys that I came up with and guys that I respect that are captains now and chiefs now, right? A route that I'm not interested in taking, but these are guys that I came up with, man, that when I see them, I give them a hugs, you know, hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah.
Captains, chiefs, captain twos. Okay. On top of that, I've got this whole like generation of up and coming guys that follow me. It was so funny to me, the point, a few years back when we started getting rookies that at 63s that, you know, the first day, second day, it'd be like, hey, what's up, man? Danny, you know, oh yeah, you know, I follow you on Instagram. Like, oh shit, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I've been following you and create this cool little relationship with this dude that's coming up.
Yeah.
Who, however little tiny bit I might have inspired to do this or be better or think of something a certain way or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to fucking toot my own horn. I'm just telling you what the messages that I get and the conversations that I have with guys that are coming up, man. Mm-hmm. And whatever your opinions are of me, I mean, I'm going to assume that there's some of these guys that were talking shit last night are going to listen to this episode. Whatever your opinions are of me, if it's a negative opinion, you probably haven't fucking met me. It's very rare that I'm mean or not thoughtful or anything to anybody, dude.
Right.
When I'm not fucking provoked or being antagonized on purpose, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So on top of that, so I have that, dude. I have that genuine feeling of like, okay, I'm doing something cool. I'm doing something interesting that people are interested in. We're out there.
We're out there.
On top of that, me and you have deep roots in the fire department.
Yes.
All right. I've been on the job for 18 years. How long have you been a medic? When did you go to medical school?
03, 18 years.
03.
Yeah.
Did your internship, LA City. Our dad did 32 years, LA City.
Yep.
Been around the LAFD our entire fucking lives. Okay. My earliest memories are climbing all over truck 15.
Yep.
All right. Being there at the fire station with dad, you know, in his light blue shirt, dungarees, bright, shiny badge, all the other guys dressed the same. Everyone's cool. Everyone's buff, you know, big mustaches, like the early 80s, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Early 80s style. Everyone had long hair. Everyone was cool, man.
Yeah. Everyone hung out together off duty.
Everybody hung
camping.
out. We all went
buddies.
camping. We would have family days at the station. We knew all their kids.
Yep.
You know, a couple of them were just like amazing chefs.
Yeah.
We have these freaking amazing meals, holidays at the station. And while we were there, if a call went out, holy shit, they're running to the rig, man. Oh shit. I can remember just being like so fucking pumped up. Like, this is the coolest shit. And that's my fucking dad, man. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
They take off and I fucking watch them go down the street, right? I loved it. I remember being in kindergarten and dad coming to talk to Miss Nakano's class, right? In his full uniform with his turnouts and dressed her up like a firefighter and talked to us about fire safety and stop, drop, and roll and all that stuff, right? And looking around at I mean, I can see it clear as day right now in my memory, dude. Yeah. Looking around at my classmates and they're just like, staring at dad, like, holy shit, it's a fireman, you know, it just come in complete awe.
Right.
Okay? Cut to, 20 years later, I'm the dad dressed up in my uniform with my turnout, standing in front of Easy's kindergarten class, right?
Yeah.
And talking about all the same stuff, right? And the whole time I'm having these memories of dad doing it with me. But I can see in these kids' eyes that same wonder.
Right.
Awe, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, but the teachers too, right? Oh, they're all fucking... right? And when you're done, everybody wants to take a picture with you, right? And when you go to the market, everybody's like, hey man, thanks for your service. Everybody loves the fire department.
Yes.
Everybody loves firefighters, dude. For all of those reasons, but also because, fuck man, when you call us, you need help.
Yeah.
And we're there to help.
Yeah.
We're not there for any other reason.
Right.
But to help you.
But there is, what you're establishing is that there is a lot of goodwill built up.
Goodwill, love.
Good energy.
Underlying good energy and love for the fire department.
And that's part of what we're going to talk about in this episode is how that is being, can I say weaponized in a way?
Just degraded is all I give a shit about. We're not cops, man. It's not like somebody called the police on you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like you fucked up and you have no way out of it and you need help and the cops are going to show up and you did something bad. You're going to get fired. When we show up, it's to help. There's no other fucking reason. And for the most part, people feel like that is our purpose. That's what we're there for. We're there to help. And we're not going to come in and make the situation worse. We're not going to come in and try to take you down and you struggle and we're going to pull a gun out and shoot you, right? Exactly. When you're having a mental health issue or something like that. We don't do that. The fire department doesn't do that, right? The police department does that, whether it's warranted or not warranted or whatever, that's up for argument. But because that is the nature of policing, you're dealing with people in the negative. You're dealing with people who have done shit wrong and who need to be captured and punished. And
right. There's
a lot of negative connotation with that. So the police department, as far as like the public opinion and the way the public genuinely just generally feels about it is down in the gutter, especially right now after the past couple of years, right? With all the shit. And all the shit that people have been protesting the past couple of years, it's nothing new. It's been going on for decades, which is why that is the undertone of how people feel about the police department. Right. That ain't the case with the fire department, man.
Not at all.
People love firefighters, right? And I posted a little rant the other night on my Instagram. Okay, you guys can go on there and look. It got discovered apparently and tossed around the Firefighter for Freedom circle yesterday or last night.
Did you hashtag him?
I probably did.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
But it was a week ago, but they must have fucking found it
way, they
and
found
tossed
it
it
and they're
around.
looking at it,
Because last night I started getting messages about it, which is why we're talking about this right now.
Yes.
For the most part, that love that we get, that general love that we get is warranted.
Right.
We're fucking cool. We're smart. We handle business. We stay ready for the most part. We stay fit. We stay trained up. Whatever the fuck you call the fire department for, we're going to know how to fix it.
Yeah.
If we don't know how to fix it, we're going to figure it out, but you're going to get help, man.
Right.
On top of that, we're funny. We're cool. You know what I mean? We're good looking. Our uniforms are cool. Our trucks are big and red and cool looking.
Yeah.
The lights are flick. Everything about us is cool, man.
Yeah.
Right?
The goodwill is there. It's warranted.
It's warranted.
But it can be used in different ways. So go a little background really fast on Firefighters for Freedom again.
Firefighter for Freedom, man. And I've been avoiding saying this. Okay. And you've brought it up on here before. And I even avoided it when you brought it up before too. But Firefighter for Freedom is all the Trump lovers in the fire department, dude.
Yeah. Which is a lot.
With the exception, well, it's a majority conservative organization. Yeah. Okay.
Let's be real.
And it's fucking crazy to me because these guys love to call me a sheep, right? Or people around them sheep for getting the vaccine and shit like that, right? But I posted this thing last night of Dave Chappelle talking about like motherfuckers that are only interested, are in the maze, only interested about finding the cheese.
Yeah.
And someone that really thinks for themselves realizes that they're in a maze, right? Yeah. That's what I feel like over the past 4 years. I feel like I've been sitting on the wall of the maze, watching these fools fighting with each other to find this rotten cheese at the end of the maze, right?
But they're never getting to.
So for me, you got to understand, man, that like with all that background that I just gave you about the fire department and stuff like that, and all the episodes that we've had on this podcast, including what sucks about being a fireman, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing that takes getting used to with being on this fire department is the multitude of personalities that you meet and that you have to work with and live with on the fire department.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't be a hard-nosed, straight-edge person on any particular topic when you're living with 11 different guys that look at the world differently than you. Okay. Mm-hmm. You can be that if you are a hardcore conservative in today's fire department. You can go in and you can speak your views and all that shit. And the majority of guys there will go along with you. They think the way you think.
Yeah. There's entire stations now.
For the entire like history of the fire department, that's been the case. For the most part, guys that think the way I think you've never felt comfortable speaking up that way in the firehouse, right? Mm-hmm. Alonzo last episode, a perfect example of that.
Totally.
Talking about the guys talking shit, using the N-word and shit like that, looking at the TV screen because the riots were breaking out, the tensions in LA City at that time. In 1992 was a different world. It was a different fire station or a different fire department.
Yeah.
But those same prejudices and that same conservative, for lack of a better word, way of looking at things and looking at the world and talking and shit like that has been a part of the fire department. I mean, Dad told us about it.
Totally.
How racist it was back then.
Yeah, we're still there now. Not the same way, but it's still conservative.
I think the difference is, man, is that now people like me aren't keeping their mouths shut as much anymore.
That too, yeah.
But just like you said, not a lot of people are vocal about it on social media.
Right.
So I posted this rant essentially saying that we're loved generally. So what Firefighters for Freedom is a group of firefighters who are against the vaccine mandate.
Right.
They don't want to get vaccinated. And they're doing everything they can to fight getting vaccinated, which is fine, man. Matter of fact, I'm rooting for them. I hope that they get what they want. I hope so. Mm-hmm. My problem isn't with them fighting for what they want. Obviously, that's as American as apple pie, right? We're able to fight for what we want. We're able to take shit through the legal system and take it as far as we possibly can.
Yeah.
I wish them all the best, man. I'm vaccinated. I wear my mask when I'm around people that aren't. I wear my mask all the time when I'm on calls and in the hospital.
Right.
I keep my distance where I can, right? I always tell these people I look at it like wearing layers in winter. You know what I mean? Like, not one of these things by themselves is going to protect me fully. But if I keep these layers on, the more layers I got, the more protected I'm going to be, right?
Right.
My problem isn't with them fighting. My problem isn't with them having their opinions on the vaccine or anything like that. My problem is with their social media campaign. Mm-hmm. It's pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. If you go on the Firefighters for Freedom Instagram page, okay? Their whole page is either fear-mongering to the public. Oh, hey, there are 130 vacancies today on the LAFD.
No one calls answered.
There are 6 BLS ambulances closed in this part of town. There are 4 ALS engines that are shut down and BLS engines in this part of town. Breaking down shit like that, right?
Yeah.
What's it going to be like when they fired all these people, right?
Okay. All right. Weren't there already? Okay. No.
That happens every day, man.
Yes.
Every day there are vacancies.
The whole time you've been on the job.
The entire time I've been on the job. Okay. In the mid 2000s, 2006, 2007. All right. We had an issue with staffing, dude. You would come down to the front office and there would be 3 papers taped to the door of the front office of vacancies that day.
I'm looking now and it says 108 positions, right?
Yeah.
But that could be like one spot at each station.
It's true.
One spot.
Listen to me, man.
Yeah.
It happens every single day.
Yes.
Somebody bangs in here. They send the medic from this engine to work on this rescue.
Yes.
They send a fireman over here. Now that's a BLS engine, but they still have an ALS ambulance.
Yeah.
That shit happens every single day, man. Okay.
Getting detailed.
We're required to have constant staffing. Required. They can't just shut down a fire engine without having some protection, a fire protection unit in that fire station. They can't just shut down a rescue and, hey, that rescue is just not going to operate. No, it doesn't happen that way. We have assigned hire policies. We make it work. Okay. So all this shit that they're posting on here, it's stuff that is happening right now, actively happening right now. It's been happening for years.
The whole time. It has nothing to do with the vaccine. Man.
Nothing to do with the vaccine. Okay. Their whole point, and also if you look on any of the LAFD, the Los Angeles Fire Department's posts, okay, big fire happens, they post, and I've been in those. You can probably flip through those and see me going back and forth with people or people's wives mostly on those comments, right?
Yeah.
You know, the fire department will post something. Obviously, the first post is, oh, yeah, well, let's see how you guys put that out in a month when you fire 350 of your blah, 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 all this shit, right? And it's like, well, what's going to happen is we're going to go to the fire and we're going to put the fucking fire out. And then we're going to clean it up and we're going to go back to the station. Then we're going to run a whole shit ton more calls because your husband and everyone else in Firefighters for Freedom decided to take a stand about this particular vaccine. Forget all the other vaccines we had to get on the job.
Yes.
To send your kids to school, all that stuff. This particular thing, your ideal, you're deciding to leave this brotherhood. That's another thing everyone keeps trying to tell me. Oh, real nice brotherhood. You're fucking going against your brothers.
You're the one suing.
You're the one suing, and you're the one that's going to leave this brotherhood in a month or two, right? Aren't you?
Because
so get the fuck
not getting your way.
Yeah, exactly,
Which
dude.
is another thing too, is like, this is all based now on like, oh, what's going to happen to you guys if we don't decide to come to work?
Exactly.
Wow. Take my ball. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude.
You're essentially posting problems that we already have and we mitigate every day as a department because we handle our fucking business. It's part of the reason why people love the fire department.
Right.
It's part of the reason why the city loves the fire department and we get good shit in our contracts and stuff because when shit hits the fan and they need help, the testing, the vaccine. The fire department fucking handles it. When there's a situation that arises in the city and they can't figure out who to send and who's going to fix it, they send the fire department. We figure it out. We are prepared for anything and everything at all times, man. We train like crazy. We work 24-hour shifts, and because of the vacancies that we have over the years, sometimes you work, 48, 72s, 120s. We work our asses off. We handle business, okay? What Firefighters for Freedom is doing is putting fear into the hearts of the public. And for what? For what? What is the fucking point?
Yeah.
It's not like there's going to be a vote on whether or not, hey, people in the public, we're going to vote on whether you think the firefighters should get vaccinated or not. There's no public vote or anything. Yeah. What do you expect the public to get all worked up and scared and put on their fucking hats and march to City Hall and protest? Is that what you're doing this for?
That's right. Like, what's the end game?
What's the end game?
Yeah.
What is your point, man? Because all you're doing is dragging the love that people have for the fire department down into the gutter with your crybaby tears about having to get a fucking vaccine that more than half of the world has gotten safely.
Yeah. Or you're using that love and taking it for a dumb cause. For a dumb cause. And I'm looking at these posts now. So I don't know if this comes on the screen, but yeah, it's all like big bold print, 154 off-duty firefighters forced to work.
Yeah.
Like, that's been going on for 15 years.
That's happening right now,
dude.
before you assholes are deciding to
yeah.
walk off the job. Okay.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. It's why, we're getting, am I happy with the fire department and the way the fire department is handling their staffing and shit right now? No, I'm not, man.
Right.
We also just got done with the pandemic where the economy took a complete fucking hit. The city took a complete fucking hit. So I can see why we are having staffing issues right now. Mm-hmm. Okay. It sucks. We're getting recalled all the fucking time, man. We're getting assigned hired all the time. It sucks. Yes, it does. Okay. Has nothing to do with this vaccine mandate. They got a whole damn Instagram page. The worst part too, man, to me also is if it's not a post like that, fear mongering to the public, it's a post trying to sell their t-shirts.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. This is like a wannabe Fox News. It's like a regular conservative page of like any other thing. Cause that's all those are is like misleading posts, disinformation, and please buy my buttons. Please buy my t-shirts, my hats, support us, support my Patreon, my GoFundMe.
And
that's it, dude.
And it makes perfect sense.
100%.
Because that's all they do, man. Mm-hmm. And I'll give you, I'm going to give you a couple of examples of the people that I'm talking about that are in this organization that are actually going to leave. Because there are a lot of guys that were part of this, that were involved in it, that might have even paid for the attorney, because that's what they were doing, right? Charging the guys $500 a piece.
Whatever money you're sending
to pay an attorney. Yeah. Okay. There are guys that did all that and in the end said, fuck, it's not worth it. I'm going to get vaccinated and got vaccinated. Guys at my station. Okay. Mm-hmm. And God bless you guys, man. I'm happy that you made that decision for the rest of your life and for your family to protect yourself from this virus, whether you believe that the vaccine does or doesn't, and protect me and the rest of the guys at the station and your families. I'm happy that you did that, man. I think it's fucking great that those guys made that decision to change course and get vaccinated. The people that are left that are going to leave, I'll tell you a couple stories. Mm-hmm. Because these are guys in my battalion. Right? Yeah. One guy in particular, who's one of the top guys, Firefighters for Freedom, just worked over my station not too long ago. You got to understand too, man, that these guys, when you walk into any of these fire stations, Fox News actually 4 years ago it was Fox News. Yeah. Fox News now all the time, guaranteed. Okay. Then when, Fox started giving a little bit more straight poop on information and stuff like that, and it didn't confirm their biases, then they switched over to OAN. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you guys watch OAN or have ever watched OAN. I do.
Saturday Night Live.
I watch it sometimes, right? It is comical how ridiculous it is, dude. Yeah. How biased it is. How so far from actual news and news people it is. It's almost like a parody, dude. It's like it's a parody. Yeah. At some point, OAN got too normal for them, and they moved even further to Newsmax. Okay.
Yeah. And Newsmax is straight up like, story at 11, don't look under your bed. You know
It really
what I mean?
is, man.
Straight up, dude.
And you know, dude, I'm not going to get into fear and how that fear generates money and viewership and all that shit. Outrage, they all lend themselves to each other.
But
I'm not going to talk about that.
That's where I see this page going, though.
It's
Everybody's
there,
creating-
dude.
Is there already a GoFundMe to pay money to the guys that lost their job?
I don't think so.
That's coming.
I think that's what the T-shirts is part of.
I
think.
bet you there's gonna be a straight up fund any day now. And if you're not an admin on that page of that fund, I would not expect to get that money.
So, but just to lay the groundwork for like who I'm talking about here. Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy in particular, I'm working a sod day over at his station. And, you know, when you work overtime, sod is a scheduled overtime duty. Stations usually have a sod locker, right? For guys that are working overtime, just an empty locker, you can toss your shit in. So I'm in the locker. I think I just got in the shower and getting dressed and stuff like that. They're at the end of the row of lockers. Okay. He's talking to another guy from the station, another friend of mine. And they're talking about Leadership Academy. This guy was in the Leadership Academy. Okay. It's like a joint thing with the military and a bunch of, it's like a higher up thing for chiefs and guys that want to be captains, like officers. Yeah. So he's talking about Leadership Academy. He's talking about how they were going to vote for a class leader. And so they had a few guys up voting. One was a Navy SEAL. One was like a chief with the fire department. One was like, I don't know, fucking something, a pilot or something. Right.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy from Frito-Lay Corporation.
Yeah.
That was there. Okay. These are all good people, or at least they think they're good people, and they were good enough to get into the Leadership Academy, right? Except this guy I'm talking about. And he goes, so the class voted, right? And he goes, yeah, so like me and such and such and such and such were in charge of counting the votes. He's like, can you believe these motherfuckers voted for the Frito-Lay guy? And the other guy was like, damn, that's crazy. I mean, he must be a good guy or whatever. And he's like, yeah, right. I mean, we're never going to know. I mean, I was going to let him be the class leader.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, yeah, we got the fucking Navy SEAL. We just said it was a Navy SEAL. And I'm listening to this. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not in the conversation.
Yeah.
And it took everything in my soul to not go, you're fucking proud of that, dude?
Yeah.
You're in a fucking Leadership Academy and you're proud of changing the votes of your class to something,
the actual
who's
leader?
going to lead the class to something that you wanted just because you wanted it. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's my life on the fire department. Okay. Hearing shit that is just like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Right now, had that been my station, I would have said something. It would have started a whole fucking conversation that probably would have gotten loud and probably would have fucking wound up with us getting separated.
Yeah.
But I'm not at my station. I'm at your station. You and that station is majority these guys. Okay.
Yeah.
So I let it go. But that's who we're talking about here, man.
Right.
All right. That's who we're talking about. That rant, I posted that rant on Instagram, I don't know, man, a couple weeks ago, something like that, or maybe a week ago. I tagged Firefighters for Freedom on it. It must have just gotten to them because last night I started getting a bunch of messages and I noticed that a bunch of those fools that don't follow me anymore, right? Because none of them follow me anymore. Started looking at this shit, right? Yeah. And one guy in particular left a whole long ass comment. Okay.
Right.
This guy in particular too, I have a certain amount of respect for. I've talked about on this podcast how I haven't always been the Danny that I am right now, right? I was an alcoholic for a while, you know, went through depression, substance abuse, all that stuff, okay? When I decided it was time for a change with that, and I got to Fire Station 10, this guy was there as a fireman and nice guy, man. But he went to theology school, and he was like he would have these like theological debates with people on the debate team for other schools about the existence of God and shit like that. He was really well read in theology, Christianity, and I was interested at that point. I was reaching for anything to help me out of the hole that I was in my life, right? And I had never been, we didn't really grow up in the church or anything like that. And so I went to him and asked, hey, is there any books or anything that I can read just to learn more about God and Christianity and religion and stuff? And he helped me with that, man. He gave me a great book. We had some great conversations. I have a lot of respect for this guy for that. There's another person like that too. Later in life, after when I had a relapse and, actually fucking asked for help again, another guy at another station in a different battalion who I was put in contact with, who helped me greatly.
Yeah.
Kind to me, took me to my first meeting. Words of encouragement. I've got nothing but respect for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Older dude. We had those moments in time, right? I've talked about snapshots in the past and shit, right? I had those moments with those dudes, and I will forever be grateful for the people that they were to me at that moment when I was really in a hole and needed help, and they were kind to me, man. I'll never forget that shit. Okay.
But now,
cut to Trump gets into office, right? Everybody's falling into this Trump fucking hole with them, and everybody's starting to get more comfortable talking their shit. Everybody's starting to get more comfortable, wearing their fucking red hats and all their posts and shit like that. Okay, fine, whatever. I see dude from the theology guy on his Instagram at like his birthday or something like that, right? It wasn't even like a holiday, like a 4th of July or anything. And it was red hat, American flag shirt, American flag decorations, just star-spangled ding-dong, okay?
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm not interested in seeing you like that. And whatever the caption was, it was something to that effect, right?
Right.
I'm more apt to just stop following you, let you be whoever you're going to be in life. And when I see you and we interact, I will base my feelings on you, on how we interact, dude. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. I've always been like that.
Right.
Same thing with the other guy, the older guy who helped me later when I had the relapse, right? Can't say enough good things about him. I mean, he does a lot of cool shit with his kids. He's a family man. At every Trump rally, at Trump boat parades, everything is, rah, Trump. Okay. All right, man. Unfollow. Yeah. Same thing. I'd rather just not see you like that. Yeah. We got family like that, dude, that I've had to stop following because I love you. I don't want to see you be a heartless shit. To the rest of the world. I'd rather just not know you like that and just see you at, our cousin's house and give you a big hug and love.
To another end, the people that just became everything they post is vax stuff.
Yeah.
This vaccine stuff over there, man. There's comics that were like, I know that you're funny. I know that you're good. That's why we follow each other. But now like all of your posts are crying about the vaccine, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what happened to you, dude? Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's just insane to me.
Yeah.
I've never once worn an Obama shirt,
brainworms,
or a Biden
I can't
shirt.
imagine simping for any president.
I
bro.
can't, dude.
That's fucking wild, dude. And these are the same people that will complain about other people making everything their entire identity. Oh, everything is rainbow flags with them or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
So that guy, the theology guy, messages, leaves a comment on my rant, right?
Yeah.
Whole long ass thing, dude. Rambling bullshit. Same bullshit. So I go to answer him. Have an answer. Blah, 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 type the whole thing out. Go to send it, and a fucking message pops up that says, you cannot at this person because they have gone against our guidelines posting COVID misinformation so many times. People are not allowed to tag him in anything. And I click OK and it deletes my entire message. Okay.
Crazy.
So I'm just sitting there staring at my phone. Bernie's asleep. I'm just like literally about to go to sleep when all this is popping off. Right. And I'm like, how fucking crazy is this, dude? Like, this dude is over there thinking he just got me with this comment. Right. And I'm not answering. He's probably like, yeah, this dude has no fucking cat got your tongue.
Yeah.
I literally can't answer you because you're so full of shit, dude.
And it probably happens to him all the time. So he thinks he's owning all these people all over the internet. It's like, no, bro, you're shadow banned, dude.
The AI algorithm thinks you're too full of shit. The fucking Facebook AI misinformation algorithm says you're too full of shit for me to even answer you, dude. right?
The Facebook one.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, or I had a guy send me a fucking PragerU thing once. Tell me what you think of this. And I'm like, I just looked on
I can tell you right now.
on like a fact check website, you know,
and
PragerU, and it just like has like, do not trust PragerU because of supreme
remember
bias.
that dude
and
is? He used to be like on KRLA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you remember? Man? Yeah. It's been the same woofing shit for like since the 80s, dude. But Larry Elder, all those guys. That's what I would tell people. Like Larry Elder, like they thought he was going to be the governor. I'm like, did you ever listen to this fool? He's been on since the 90s, man. This fool ain't going to be the governor.
They are so far down this Trump-loving, fucking crazy asshole.
Yeah.
That there is no digging them out of it. And it all has to do with, I've talked about it 100 times, man, ad nauseum. It's fucking, your bubble that you created, going to OAN, going to Newsmax, just going deeper down that hole, deeper into the bubble. And here we are. You're about to lose your fucking career over it. For what? Fine, dude. Fucking fine.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, it's your choice. That's what the freedom part is.
In all
you
honesty,
have the freedom to leave.
In all honesty, the fire station will be a better place without these fools.
Yes,
there will be less tension, less turmoil, less bullshit, less misinformation,
and you'll be replaced.
And you're going to be replaced, man.
Yes,
we're still going to put the fire out. We're still going to show up to the heart attack. Mm-hmm. We're still going to do all the things that we've been doing since the beginning of the fire department, man. When shit was way fucking worse than it is now.
Yeah. The stuff that they all trained for with you and all pledged to do, all made it their life's mission to do. Because that's the thing, too. Like we talked about this before. You don't casually become a firefighter. You don't see a help wanted sign and go, oh, okay, I'll go for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a thing that takes years. Dedication. It's fucking hard. It's
fucking
really,
work.
really hard. All right. You have to be completely in it to get in it. You know what I mean? So you don't to just leave that for this. And that's what I see when I see this page and all those posts. It's basically just like, please still pay attention to us because they know it ain't going to work.
There's a way to do all this. You know what I mean? You guys want to fight tooth and nail? But like I said before, man, by all means, do it. Fucking do it. It's the fear mongering, man. It's the setting the place on fire as you run out the door. Mm-hmm.
But that's the MO for all. That's a conservative playbook,
right? Bro. But and the other thing is too, and this is like to the media, right? Fox and stuff like that. You've seen stories on it. They always go, well, firefighters are concerned, and then they talk to fucking Jeff Burmeister, right? Who's like one of the main guys on it. Burmeister's a fucking dispatcher, first of all right? Yeah. Second of all, he is not firefighters.
Yeah,
Firefighters for Freedom is not the fucking LA firefighters.
Yeah.
And I can, dude,
but that's
I can say that. Hold on. I can say that for all these other fucking organizations too. I probably can't say that for Orange County. That might be the majority down there, but there are firefighter for freedom organizations in different departments all over the place. They are not the majority. They are a minority anywhere, man, anywhere. The majority of guys look at them and are disgusted by it. Look at the protests they did downtown with their fire helmets on, right? That the public paid for, with the fucking city blacked out with electrical tape, right? And we're fucking disgusted.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
But like you said, dude, that's like the framework, like conservative media playbook, man. You take one person, say this is everybody. Right. Parents, they do that all the time. Parents are concerned. Parents are worried about this. It's the fucking kook, crazy, annoying parent that actually shows up to the meeting and yells and says all that crazy shit. That ain't parents.
These fools are sheep, dude. I love it when they call me sheep or they send me a fucking sheep emoji. You are all sheep, man. You are following this limp dick little pink fat dude with a red hat. Yeah. And for what, man? You're following him down into a gutter. And for what? For an ideal, for this vaccine? What about it? What about this vaccine? Oh, we don't know the long-term effects. Vaccines don't have long-term effects, man. If you just have a little tiny bit of understanding of how shit works, stop listening to the people that they have on Newsmax and OAN. Those are not reputable people, man.
And here's the other thing, and we've covered this too. Your firemen, dude, This is way down the list of dangerous shit that you have to do.
Oh, yeah, man.
Way the fuck down the list. But it's the thing that you're going to quit over.
Not only that, but it's like I said before in the previous time we talked about this, man, this shit ain't about you. It ain't about you, man. It's about, well, but you still can give it and fucking get it. Okay, dude. Yeah, you can still give it and get it. Because you motherfuckers won't get vaccinated and the thing keeps mutating. That's the only reason we have the Delta variant. Fine. You can still give it and get it. You are very, 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 very less likely to get seriously sick. You are very, very, very less likely to transmit it the same. You are very less likely to get it going from your nasal pharynx to your lungs.
Yeah.
You are very less likely to get put in ICU or to die if you are vaccinated. Those are fucking facts, man.
Yeah.
Is can you still spread it a fact? Yeah, it is, man. But you are in a much better position if you get vaccinated. On top of that, put the layers on. Wear your fucking mask. Yeah. Keep your distance. It's all those things together that are going to protect everybody and stop this thing. And you can already see it. You can already see the decrease in cases, the decrease in hospitalizations.
Absolutely.
Because people are getting vaccinated.
But again, that's not really the point of what we're talking about here, like to get more people vaccinated. It's just these guys in particular. And the whole point is like, we don't really care if you don't get vaccinated, you don't want to. That's cool. The freedom part that you're talking about, this is it, dude. Yeah. The place you work for has the freedom to ask you to do it or leave.
Exactly. And that's doing it. And that's
so what you're asking for is not freedom. You're trying to control what they're asking you to do. And if you can effectively model that and make that work, then you can decide to do that for any dumb shit that they ask you to do. We say, we don't want to respond to fires here anymore.
Yep.
What are you going to do? And use these same dumb tactics. Oh, there's 150 guys off work today. Okay. Yep. 10 years ago, there's 150 guys off work on November 3rd.
Yep.
What was the vaccine then? I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. I don't care. I don't care if you get vaccinated or not. I honestly don't give a half a shit. I don't. I just fucking want you to stop dragging the fire department through the mud. Stop crying about it.
Yeah, that's crying about it.
That's their other thing too. Is we're men. We stand on our own 2 feet. We make our own decisions. We don't listen to. Okay, make your decision, man.
Yeah. And take your contractor, dude,
and take your lumps.
Yeah,
make your decision and take your lumps. Yeah. Stop fucking crying about it.
Go do framing.
Your tears are flowing so fucking hard down the gutter. You're dragging the fire department as a whole down with it. Okay, go do your thing, man. Yes. More power to you. If you ever need help or anything from me, give me a call. I'm happy to help you. I wish you nothing but the best. Stop dragging the fire department down with you.
Yeah, there's so many other ways to simp for Trump.
I'm cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think.
All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
All right? I think people are tired of here. I think we said what we can say,
man.
We don't have anything more to this. We've had some long episodes. This will be about 10 minutes short, but all of this right here, man, this is the sum total of how I feel about this entire thing. About the past 4 years, sitting on the maze and seeing all these guys go further and further down the rabbit hole that they've been going down. Good people, man. Yeah. Good guys that I have respect for.
That's rough, man. It's your brothers.
And got here to this point to where I got guys messaging me, talking shit that literally sound like crazy people.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We don't want to get into that. It is it's the same thing at the MAC though, dude. It's like half the guys didn't want it. I don't know if they even got it. And it's funny because we have guys who they do believe in COVID. They are afraid of COVID and they're also more afraid of the vaccine.
It's so crazy.
So it's like both ways.
Straight up misinformation, dude.
Yeah. But I'm saying that, but it's guys that constantly watch OAN and Newsmax.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And just live in the bubble, bro.
Please,
so
guys.
Now they're like scrambling, trying to find ways to get to stay at work or find some kind of exemption to avoid still getting it. But it's like, we are the department that checks the numbers. Like we were like the front line of all the COVID response, getting the supply. We knew everything when places were going out of oxygen. Everything was coming back to us. And we still had half the office was skeptical. You know what I mean? So
it's crazy, man.
Deep, dude.
Listen, please pull yourselves out of your media bubbles. Please expand where you get your knowledge from and where you get your information from. And if you guys are planning on leaving the fire department because of this vaccine mandate, more power to you. I wish you nothing but the best. Stop with all this fear-mongering bullshit on social media. It is serving no purpose other than making you guys look like asses.
And if you want to follow a great page on Instagram, may I suggest PRC Pod? All right, at PRC Pod, you guys.
You can follow me at DannyGonzo34 on Instagram and Twitter.
Follow me at Ben9Humor, Ben number 9 Humor, like Benign Tumor on Instagram and Twitter. You guys, we really appreciate all the listeners, all the love. We have had a lot of growth over the last few months, way more subs. If you subscribe to our YouTube, we really appreciate that as well. Liking, sharing, like we said, we're not on any network. We have no like additional budget or push or anything. There's no manager, no, other producers or anything. It's just us and you guys. So all the sharing, all the likes, all the reviews, ratings, anything you guys do is awesome and keeps us in the mix. We really appreciate you.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Hey. All right. Hey. Yeah, I mean.
So we about to take off.
Hey. Please do remain calm. About to run against it and with a little bit of soul, no times.